What's good, YouTube? It's your boy The Show, back with another video, and today we're talking about this One Piece Odyssey. Now, they just did a dev diary, which basically is like the developers and stuff talking about the game and such, and I watched some of it. You know, it seems a little bit of things, but there's a couple of questions I want to get answered. For one, obviously, One Piece Odyssey is turn-based combat, and to be honest, I can only really think of one game that's like based around an anime that's turn-based, and that's the Fairy Tail game. And I did actually play the Fairy Tail game, but to be honest, I really couldn't get into it. I'm a big JRPG fan, man. I love turn-based games. Like, turn-based games to me are probably the best in the JRPG lineup. But to be fair, you know, I do enjoy the different like mixed styles and stuff that a lot of these games tend to offer. Like, I played Tales of Arise, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, you know, things of that nature. I really like what they took, the direction they took with that. But to be honest, right, I think this game could actually be good. I think when you have an anime game, the main point of the anime game is to, you know, give, like, for the people that actually love the anime, to give support, you know, and it's basically giving you a story with anime characters that you already love. But One Piece is such a big franchise, man. I think in general, I feel like all anime games are kind of bad. They're generally all bad, but the one exception to that is, like, I would say probably like the big three of video game, and not the big three of anime, which is Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto, but the big three of like video game anime. That'd be like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, One Piece. I think these games in general do have like some of the only good anime games in the franchise. Like, every other anime game to me is pretty much mediocre if it's not a One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, or Naruto game. And Bleach, we just haven't gotten Bleach games in years. Now, the reason I say that is mainly because, okay, Dragon Ball has probably the best anime games with fighters and Xenoverse and things of nature. Naruto comes in at probably second with Storm and maybe Shinobi Strikers, depending on how you feel. And then you got One Piece, which has like some mediocre games, a lot of mediocre games. I think one of the two, World Seeker or Limited World Red, one of those games was really, really bad, and I hated it. But games like Power Warriors is a fire franchise. I love Power Warriors to death. But this new game seems promising, man, because, you know, when they gave us an anime game in the form of Kakarot and it was RPG or whatever, I was kind of wondering what they could do next to make another game like that. And to be honest, I really love One Piece as an anime. I think the lore is rich. I think making a game out of it is very difficult because, for one, you could follow the story, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would play because it'd basically be an abridged version of the One Piece story that you can play, which is interesting in itself. But to be able to capture the intricacies of Oda's writing and his character development and stuff, you really have to make a game that's going to be kind of, I wouldn't say grindy, because I don't want to just make it seem like the RPG is the perfect format for this game, but it kind of is. I mean, I was a combat and explorations and stuff, and then that, to me, that makes One Piece to me. One Piece is basically like a big adventure where the world is just like vast. Every chapter, every episode, you get into something new, it seems like. Now you got the cliche, basically, like, it's not about the story, it's about the journey or whatever, whatever the cliche is. But all in all, like I said, it looks good. It looks like they're actually putting a good amount of care into the RPG format, and I've seen some of the gameplay in the dev diary, and it looks really good. Somebody posed a really good question about would there be debuffs and things of that nature, like that. Would it matter? Because in to be honest, in a real RPG, right, there are status elements, and those status elements actually play a big part in how you play. You know, you may have a boss that has like a lot of health, and it's like, okay, it's like, is your system simple? And it's like, if I press this move or whatever and it does like the most MP and does the most damage, then will I, you know, do the most damage of that? Or can I combo it with a status element or something, or I can make you act slowly while I move faster and stuff? That's really gonna be the crazy part about the gameplay to me, because if they don't have any of those extra systems, the game's not gonna do well. It's gonna get boring for me, for sure. I'm not saying that Fairy Tail didn't have those systems from my memory. I don't think it was very prevalent, but to be honest, I love doing there's like a lot of strategy in my games, y'all. I like to be able to kind of, hey, this needs to go here, this needs to do this, you know what I'm saying? I need to to bring this character to block this attack. You know, this character is a shield type character. I need to use this character to block a very heavy enemy attack. So I need to provoke the enemy. I love stuff like that because that keeps me engaged instead of just pressing a button and watching them do preset animations to do like the most damage, and it's just kind of boring. Yeah, I love when you're able to basically be challenged. Like, it's not rudimentary. Like, you don't really just keep pressing buttons and it still just works. You have to actually think and actually use strategy. All in all, man, I think this game is good. I think it's gonna be good. And it still comes out this year, so I'm very excited for that. Like I said, really big lineup for the end of this year, and I gotta say, as One Piece is ramping up right now, this game in particular gives me a lot of hope. Because what I actually do hope is that we could eventually get a Kakarot style game in the flavor of One Piece, and that, I feel like that would be very interesting. Like, seeing how they build the world from, you know, like the ground up. Because Kakarot is like a big overworld that you fly over. One Piece would be a world that you like literally, you know, travel over. Think about a game on the big scale like Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you know, with its beautiful oceans and beautiful statues, beautiful landscape. Imagine if you could have that scale of a world, but also have One Piece, and you know, you're selling, you're moving, you know what I'm saying? That could be really interesting for One Piece story game. I'll buy it every time. But with that being said, guys, let me know how you feel about One Piece Odyssey. I really think it's gonna be good. I'm not sitting here saying it's gonna be the best game ever, because anime games tend to have a little bit of disappointment, but I think this is the big game for One Piece. This is the big break. I really like Pirate Warriors. I think Pirate Warriors is fire. I think it's a really good series, but to be honest, after we got to like Pirate Warriors 4, I think it was pretty much time to put the series down and start on something new. So I'm glad that they started on something new and fresh, and I'm glad they decided to go this route of a turn-based JRPG. Naruto and Dragon Ball Z will continue doing their thing. I just hope that One Piece can finally get a good game that's not a Warrior spinoff. But with that being said, guys, like I said before, let me know how you feel about this game. Let me know how you feel about like any of the One Piece games. What's your favorite One Piece game, and what's your favorite anime game in general? And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next video.